is Dr. Kibera. I'm a dentist by profession, and I studied here in Nairobi, did my internship at Kenyatta, then I got posted to Samburu County. The actual town is called Maralal. It's about 400 kilometers from Nairobi. It's an interesting place to go to if you're a tourist, but if you're a doctor, more so a dentist, it makes your life a bit interesting. My line of work needs very high quality equipment, which is what I actually used to train with. But when I went there, it wasn't what I actually found. In fact, I found none of it at the government place. So to compromise, I had to go to a mission place. I was being paid by the government, but I can't work at the government place. I have to work at a missionary place. So I could do most of the work which I can do over here, but it came with its own challenges, and I would like to number a few. Let's start with the distance between there and here. It's a day's journey. So I have to wake up at 5 in Nairobi. So I have to be there at 5 p.m. in the evening. One day, remember when we were going, we had a flat tire at night. We couldn't change the tires, so we had to spend half the night there till 12. So I had to hop on a truck, a kettle truck to be specific. I had to hang on it till around 4 a.m. Then I slept on the road till 7. At that point I wanted to quit, but I was the only dentist in the whole place for 1 year and a half. So I saw it unto myself that I owed the population their quality treatment, so I stayed on. But the challenges which I got with the place were so many. At some point I couldn't go ahead. I used to do procedures which are done by dentists in Nairobi, but I used to give the same service to guys in Samburu. What I found particularly hard was blackouts. I could do a procedure and the lights are gone. So my patient is there, they're numb, they're bleeding, but they're no light. So I have to keep them in that numb state till the lights come back, which is not what I signed up for. It was very difficult to do. And among that, you would find that since I was the only dentist in the whole county, I used to see people from everywhere, from Baragoi, from Maralal itself, even from Nyahururu, some occasionally from Nakuru. So I could get there. In the morning, there used to be a long line, more like what you'd get in a polling booth. About 40, 50 people in the morning. So I'd see them from 8 a.m. up until, some days I could stretch it to 9 and I haven't eaten at lunchtime. So I'd see all of them. By the time I'm done, my back is aching. I'm young, but I have back problems. But I'd see them nonetheless, and I'd make sure the work I do is fine, so that none of them could have complaints. And they were happy. I used to get happy when I see them happy, when I see their pain gone, when I see them getting the treatment they deserve. That I could do, but there's only much you can take, especially if you're alone. And the guys at the county government really didn't care much about whether you had the equipment you needed, the equipment you wanted. I used to solicit them to get assistance by way of hands. They'd make promises, but they never did actually came close to actuate any of them. And at that point, I worked and I got to a point where I simply couldn't do it anymore. I just told them I can't, and I quit. Now, if the guys at the county had made health their priority, if the government guys had actually chose to prioritize the people and not themselves, most likely I would have been there working now, seeing to it that I'd be rendering my services to the guys at Samburu. They're really nice people, nice culture. We get tourists because of them. And I was happy knowing that I'm the dentist who caters to their teeth. But if I have to do that, I have to do that under conditions which are humane for me, for them too, and not what I was exposed to for that duration which I was there.